Welcome back to Orange Nation, hour number 2 underway. Paulie Steve with you, the artist of the day, the Beastie Boys. Remembering the late MCA. Steve, I'm not happy with you.
Why?
We'll talk about I didn't like the way you rated the pizzas I made.
I thought it was very nice.
You were condescending a little bit. You're very nice. Fine are not ways you describe pizzas.
I said it was fine. You executed what you set out to do. That's the nicest thing I could say.
That is coach speak. And speaking of coach speak,
we've got a surprise guest to kick off hour number 2. Pleased to be joined by Adrian Autry on the show. Coach, great to have you on. How you doing?
Doing good, guys. How you guys doing?
We're doing well. I think we're not as busy as you are. I mean, you're about a month and a half into this. Now that the dust has settled a little bit, take us back through the last month and a half or so. How are things going as the head coach of the Orange?
It's going well, guys. Obviously the timing of everything, and at the end of the year, and now the end of the year. A couple of years ago, it used to be a time to kind of, reset, take a little bit of time off. It's just ramped up now, right, with this transfer portal deal. So, I had to dive right in and, obviously recruit our guys and keep our guys, make sure that they came back, and then try to add a couple of pieces. So it's just been, busy. I think it's getting ready to slow down a little bit. I think we're kind of close to finishing up. And maybe I'll be able to settle down for a couple of days and get reset. But it's just been, it's been busy. But things that's becoming the norm now. It's becoming the norm now. Not just me, but every program.
You said you had to get used to the transfer portal. It giveth and it taketh away. Maybe you could hit on, you lost a couple of seniors here, and maybe you could just walk us through the process of that, and was it their decision and how it all went down?
Well, I think, it's always their decision. Obviously, with the change and things being new, I thought, just talking to those guys in particular, I think they all kind of wanted to come back to college, and I think they were all, kind of looking for a different, situation. I think they wanted to do something different. They came and played for coach, and obviously I was a part of that process and part of that staff, but I think they just kind of, they put their names in the portal and then, created some opportunities, some things that, that the interest at peak, and I think they just kind of reacted on that and did that.
As Paulie mentioned, the portal taketh, and then you're able to get out of the portal as well. And you got 2 really talented players that I know have signed, so we can talk about them, J.J. Starling and Chance Westry. And can you speak to both players, Coach, and what these guys bring to the table and what you expect them to bring to the table for you and your team next year?
Both of those guys are talented, unselfish. Basketball players, they can make plays. They're not. They're versatile. Long, athletic guys that can make plays off the bounce, can catch and shoot, create for others. So we're excited about that. The athleticism on both ends of the floor will be key. The one thing about it, we addressed. I think we may have one of the biggest backcourts in the country going into next year, So, I think we really addressed, those two spots, versatility.
There's a void at the center spot at the moment anyway, and you've got some centers on the roster, but I know that you guys are looking around, and you can't speak about anyone specifically, but can you give us an overall view of what you're looking for at that position, whether it's somebody on the roster or somebody coming in, what you hope to get accomplished at the center position next year without Jesse?
Well, I think, obviously I think it's different kind of centers out there. I think the biggest thing is we want to try to shore that position up with some experience. I think that's why we were, looking. Obviously, losing Jesse was a big loss for us, offensively and defensively. And we have some young centers on the roster, but they don't have the most experience. So you're trying to bring some experience in, create, and it's different kind of centers. You got guys that are, can be shot blockers. Can we get a guy that can score a little bit more? I think, all the above. We're just trying to get the best player. That will fit with this core group of guys, so we can go both ways with it.
The one player that got talked about the most, the past 2 years of he's going to leave in the transfer portal was Benny Williams, and he's come back 2 years in a row. What does that say about him in his desire to be a Syracuse Orange?
I mean, I think it speaks volumes about him wanting to be here, and it also kind of lets you know, the speculation sometimes that's all it is speculation, But he wants to be here. I think. That says a lot in today's world. So someone to stick with it and go through some ups and downs and not leave. I think it speaks volumes about his character and his willingness to work, and obviously his love for Syracuse. You
use the word speculation. There's a lot of speculation surrounding Judah Mintz, right? Every time he posts something, people are looking into it. What does he mean? Does this mean he's coming back? Does this mean he's staying in the draft? And I saw that John Rothstein reported that he had talked to you and that you've got a plan in place if Judah comes back. You got a plan in place if Judah doesn't come back, and you have to these days, right? Because you never know who's coming or going. With that in mind, what do you expect the timetable to look like? And do you have an idea of what the decision is, or are you just kind of operating under it's a 50-50 proposition, and you'll find out when you find out?
Man, that's a long question. Obviously, you try to. I respect their process. I know it's starting now. Obviously, you're working against some different time deadlines. But I'm in constant communication with him. And just speaking real quick, about him posting, I told him one day he must have posted something, and I said, "Man, you got everybody talking about you, man. What did you post?" And I talked to him. He said, "I was just saying, I had a freshman. I enjoyed my freshman year." I said, "Oh, okay." But no, I mean, I think, with in these situations, the information changes from workout to workout or week to week, so you really don't know. Obviously, we stay connected and talking. I think, his family, they've been very transparent with us, taking us through. Like I said, I touch base with them every week, so I think we'll know something sooner or later. The timing, I don't know, but also, we have to operate as, he's not here.
What's that like as a coach where you're kind of in a position where you selfishly want him back, but he's a kid that came here and played and could move on to the NBA? How does that mix with your feelings? Like, because that's what you want out of your players, right? Is to be able to achieve their goals.
Absolutely. So again, like you said, it's tough, but I think the biggest thing is you just want, he came here and he trusted in us, and he worked and put himself in this position. So, you just want him to be able to go and try to maximize and live his dream. And if it happens to be this year, then so be it. I'm excited for him. If he needs another year, I'm really excited that he's coming back.
Yeah, right.
But no, you just support these guys. Again, we are Syracuse basketball. It's a great program. He's not the first freshman to come through and do this. He's just probably, one of the last ones in the recent years, but that can happen with our program. Obviously, with the brand and the visibility and playing for a Hall of Fame coach and playing in the ACC. All of those things that we talk about. Our fan base, our community that supports it. It's exciting when you play high level basketball, and when you play high level basketball and you produce, you have these opportunities. So I'm just excited for him, and I'm stressed. So I can imagine he's stressed too.
Yeah, right. Exactly. We look at this roster, Coach, and there's a lot to get excited about. A lot of talent, a lot of young players, obviously, on this roster. Give me something that you really like about the roster that you've put together, and then give me something that maybe, I don't know if you're concerned about, or maybe a question mark that you have about this team going into next year.
The one thing I like is the versatility that we have. We became interchangeable. We have a lot of guys that can now make plays with the ball in their hand, without the ball in their hand. We're not just, catch and shoot guys, so to speak, or specialists. We have a lot of guys that can make plays. So I'm excited about that. I think we can be quicker offensively now that you can have 3 or 4 guys on the court at the same time that all can put the ball on the floor 1 or 2 times and kind of advance it and get up and be faster. So I'm excited about that.
We had been hearing some rumblings, Coach, that you guys potentially were going to do like a summer trip or do something to get ready for the season. One of these trips that colleges could do for, every 4 or 5 years. Is that happening this year? Are those plans in place? Is it still something that's up in the air?
No, we're gonna stay here and get in the gym and get ready. So a lot of our guys will be back the second semester of in July. So we'll have 2 or 3 months to really get after it.
We see somebody in our chat asking about specifically about Chance Westry. We know that he had dealt with injury at his last stop. Can you bring us up to date at all in terms of, is he back to 100% healthy? Is he still working his way back? Should he be 100% by the time the season starts?
He'll be 100% by the time the season starts. He's fine. He's been working. He's been on the gym. He's been working out. So we have no concerns there with that.
All right, Coach, I got one last question for you. And are you done, Steve?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Yeah.
I made a couple weird pizzas today at one of our local pizza shops. I made a s'mores pizza, and I made a pizza with ham and bananas on it, and it was okay. What's
going on, man?
What's your favorite pizza?
You know what? If I got to go exotic pizzas and things that are a little different, you start adding different type of toppings, I'm going to go with the Hawaiian pizza, man. Pineapple is about the only thing. Ham and pineapple, that's about as crazy as I can get. But I'm a pepperoni guy at heart.
You are a good man. I love the Hawaiian pizza as well. Yes. And people come at me for the pineapple on the pizza. I'm with you, Coach.
That is
I like
polarizing.
It
really is.
It is.
If you say I like pineapple on my pizza, then people get angry.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I don't know why. They're missing out.
I agree. I love it. It's good stuff. Well, listen, I know it's been a busy time for you. Thank you for finding a few minutes for us. Good luck as you kind of wrap up this whole transfer portal season.
Yeah.
Enjoy a little bit of time off. Hopefully you can catch your breath and enjoy the start of the summer, and we'll talk again soon.
All right, thanks, guys. You guys take care.
All right, you as well. Adrian Autry joining us here on the show. Nice for him to pop in like that. Surprise guest for us here on the show.
I was networking.
Today. Yeah. Well done. That was it. We can credit you for that?
Yep.
Yeah, I give you the point, the finger point. You get the big assist. All right. We're going to hit a timeout here. 315-437-7644. We're back after this on ESPN Radio.